willkommen zu einem neuen Vlog. Wir sind hier auf dem Nürburgring und da findet jetzt das dritte Rennwochenende vom NXT Gen Cups statt. Ja, Nürburgring, die Strecke kenne ich ja eigentlich aus den letzten Jahren im Turnwagen Junior Cup. Und ja, eben auch das erste freie Training. Waren die ersten, die überhaupt auf der Strecke waren vom Wochenende. Von daher war ziemlich wenig Grip auf der Strecke und ich hatte ziemlich zu untersteuern. Ja, die Szenen blende ich euch hier mal ein. Hat wieder meine Helmkamera dran. Genau, dann geht es gleich rein ins zweite freie Training. Da freue ich mich richtig drauf. Ja, Nürburgring, wir fahren die kurze Version davon. Also das heißt, wir fahren nicht runter dann übers Schuhmacher und so weiter, sondern wir biegen nach der Mercedes Arena rechts rein und fahren dann halt die kurze Variante. Aber am Ende mit der engen Schikane, also da kann man schön über Curbs fahren. Das macht richtig Spaß. Und ja, wie gesagt, dann geht es gleich rein ins zweite freie Training. Freie Training ist jetzt auch vorbei. Bin jetzt am Ende auf Platz 3 rausgekommen. Bin trotzdem noch nicht ganz so zufrieden gewesen, aber wir haben das Setup jetzt nochmal geändert. Jetzt kommen auch neue Reifen drauf fürs Qualify. Und ja, ich hoffe einfach, es wird jetzt besser fürs Qualify. Ich freue mich da jetzt schon richtig, weil jetzt zählt's. Wir haben ja nur ein Qualify für die 3 Rennen jetzt. Das heißt, die schnellste Runde zählt fürs Rennen 1 dann morgen und die zweitschnellste Runde zählt dann für Rennen 3. Und mal schauen, wie das wird. Ich freue mich richtig und gebe wieder alles. Qualify gestern war ganz okay, war am Ende jetzt Platz 4. Nicht wirklich zufrieden damit, aber es ist eine gute Startposition jetzt fürs Rennen. Und da geht es jetzt auch gleich rein und ich freue mich richtig und werde wie immer alles geben.
Afternoon and good evening from wherever you may be in the world, and welcome to the always beautiful iPhone, and especially beautiful this weekend because we have beautiful weather on the forecast. My name is Dan Papels. I'm going to be guiding you through all the Next Gen Cup action, Next Gen Cup round number 3 of the championship, and we are at the always legendary Nürburgring. Just stood up in the commentary booth. Can't see the 5 red lights from my commentary booth. We can see them on your screens at home. They out. We are underway and racing. Look at the right-hand side of screen. Lucas Stiefelhagen immediately covering off the inside of turn 1 to make sure that Leonard Wolf doesn't even see an opportunity to go up the inside. Very defensive line from Lucas Stiefelhagen. Knows that there's a lot to be lost in this first corner if he can get through. His successfully this contact. That's Maxime Dacha in the 67 who went round in turn 1 after contact. Was shown this by Leonard Wolf last lap. Leonard Wolf has a bit of an overlap though going into 4. The inside for Lucas Stiefelhagen won't work this time round. Bit wide for Leonard Wolf. That'll open the opportunity to try and go for a move up the inside. They're all focused on each other. It gives Alex Gustafsson a chance to look around the outside of Philip Dietrich. He opens himself up though to a launch from Maxime Dacha. Like I said, fighting up ahead will allow those two to close up. Maxime Dacha now officially part of that lead pack. Once again, got spun in turn 1. Had to come from behind and once again has managed to close up to the lead pack. It's becoming the norm for Maxime Dacha, but also showing that he's never out of this fight. Alex Gustafsson trying to work together with Philip Dietrich. Maxime Dacha going for the move, and that's a late launch up the inside. He's going to get 2 in 1. Can he keep it on the track? No, he can't. He's going to have to give that up. Yes, there he goes. Gives that up to Alex Gustafsson too. Ooh, no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He won't be happy with that. Maxime Dacha going off track and keeping the position at the NGK chicane. To the outside now goes Lucas Stiefelhagen once again for the lead of the race. Yeah, Wolf able to keep Lucas Stiefelhagen at bay. It seems quite easily into turn 1. Has to make sure that he doesn't make mistakes himself. That's what cost Lucas Stiefelhagen one of his only opportunities, it seems like, this race so far. The race last year was won. Who remembers that? Leonard Wolf coming out of the final corner of the racetrack. Final lap board is out. He will know. In the background, it's Alex Gustafsson going extremely defensive to the inside. Maxime Dacha squeezes his way through. Lucas Stiefelhagen also to the inside of Leonard Wolf. A lock up from Alex Gustafsson and also from Leonard Wolf. Lucas Stiefelhagen is through to the lead of the race. Alex Gustafsson shuffled back to 5th. Philip Dietrich still has both of his push to passes left though. Maxime Dacha also using one, going on to the start-finish straight this time round. It's a 5-horse race now for the victory in this race. It looks like Lucas Stiefelhagen at a crucial moment in this race has been able to create himself a tiny bit of a gap through the Kurzanbindung, tiny bit wide, that allows Leonard Wolf to close the gap back up. Going into Michelin. Through Warsteiner for one final time in this race. This might well be the last opportunity for Leonard Wolf to try something. Lucas Stiefelhagen breaks the slipstream, uses one of his push to passes, but so does Leonard Wolf, so does Philip Dietrich. Maxime Dacha using his second of his push to passes on this straight, once again looking for a move the inside, and Leonard Wolf can't quite make it stick. But it looks like it's once again been a chess match at high speed, and it once again looks like Lucas Stiefelhagen has played it to perfection. One final time, he rides out of the last corner, and Lucas Stiefelhagen wins race number 1 at the Nürburgring. Leonard Wolf comes round in second after leading most of this race. Philip Dietrich is back to the podium. Maxime Dacha in 4th, and well, we've said it so many times, Alex Gustafsson once again misses out on a podium.
Ja, das erste Rennen ist jetzt vorbei. Es war ein bisschen unglücklich, wurde in der ersten Kurve direkt abgeschossen und bin auf Platz 10 zurückgefallen. Und ja, von da aus ging es dann erstmal wieder vor auf Platz 3 für eine Zeit lang. Aber ich hatte halt dann keinen Push-to-Pass mehr für die Start-Zielgerade. Deswegen bin ich am Ende noch auf Platz 4 zurückgefallen. Aber ja, waren trotzdem gute Punkte für die Meisterschaft. Bin nicht so wirklich zufrieden damit, aber es gehört halt auch dazu. Und dann geht es jetzt gleich rein ins zweite Rennen und da freue ich mich richtig. Da starte ich dann von Platz 5 und ja, das wird bestimmt gut werden.
Started for P5 in race 2 later today. What's possible from that starting position?
Yeah, I think everything is possible. So like Norris saying P17 to P2, so I think P5 to P1 is also possible. So that's the goal, and yeah, we'll see.
All right, thank you.
Klingt gut aus, klingt gut, aber...
For him, starting from P4 now, with the pace that he showed in the race earlier, it is possible to finally get that illustrious podium that he so is longing for and that he so deserves. Maxim Dacha and Philipp Dietrich form the third row. However, the 32nd board has long gone into the area waiting for the 5 red lights to illuminate on the gantry to finally start race number 2 here at the Nürburgring on this Saturday. Tomorrow, one more race. First though, we focus our eyes on the 5 red lights. They're on as soon as they're out. We're underway in racing. That's now. It's a good start from our pole sitter Pit Venanzi. Benjamin Mazat is alongside him. And Pit does exactly what Lucas Stiefelhagen did earlier this morning. Covers off Benjamin Mazat's extremely defensive line. Benjamin Mazat sticks behind him, gives him no room to move. Back to the racing line, keeps him tight all the way around the outside. Is the Screenboard Laget car. Also Philipp Dietrich involved in that. Alice Gustafsson at the moment up into the podium. He's gone past Julian Wörtele. A nice little gap at the front of the field. Julian Wörtele has stayed in P4 after that. Maxim Dagado now coming through. Alice Gustafsson, decisive move. Benjamin Mazatis has to cut the corner. The question is, does he stay ahead of Alice Gustafsson? The answer is yes, he does. His winning streak, that's at 4 at the moment. 3 races at the Nürburgring and 1 race at the Nürburgring so far, but it's going to be a difficult race. 3 wide in the turn, 1 in the background. That becomes 2 wide coming out of it. Lennart Wolf is involved in it. Maxim Dacha on the inside of Lucas Stiefelhagen, who smartly backs out of that one. To the inside goes Lennart Wolf of Julian Wörtele. Maxim Dacha trying to follow his way through side by side through the chicane is never a good idea. The cutback though for Maxim Dacha gives him the inside for the last corner. Coca-Cola, is it going to be a prey for Maxim Dacha? It is, and with that, all the gain that Julian Wörtele had at start-finish with that push to pass has been undone within the span of 2 corners. And P1 for a second now that he had it turns into P3 again. 2 banks and 2 wide onto the straight. Pit Venanzi looking to the outside of Alex Gustafsson to make it 3 wide. And is that Lennart Wolf trying to look for a move of the inside of Benjamin Mazatis? It's Maxim Dacha looking for a move of the inside of Lennart Wolf instead. And Alex Gustafsson gets the both of them. A good exit now is crucial as you're going to be stuck on the outside of turn 2, and that's not a great place to be. And Alex Gustafsson also realizes that into the grass for Lennart Wolf. Still on the outside though, Alex Gustafsson. But of course he got that podium at the Nürburgring, which he didn't get to stand on because he got that after the race. But here's that move that gave Alex Gustafsson P1. It took the momentum from both him and Pit Venanzi. And that allowed Benjamin Mazatis to creep up the inside. He was able to brake later into the last corner. Then Lennart Wolf and Maxim Dacha made their way through. final lap boards out. Lucas Stiefelhagen flashes his lights at Maxim Dacher in an attempt to maybe distract the German. The battle for the lead is on. Lucas Stiefelhagen has closed the gap to Maxim Dacher. He's worked hard for this. He looks to the outside of the Kurzanbindung. Has to break lane if he wants to make this stick. He can't do it quite yet. Alex Gustafsson has used the push to pass to get away from Benjamin Mazatis. I have a feeling he might use another one coming on to the straight, exiting the Ad van Bogen. 5/10 gained, over 5/10 gained by Lucas Stiefelhagen in just the first sector of the racetrack. But the question is, where can he overtake him? He's got to use the slipstream here. Better exit for Lucas Stiefelhagen. Earlier usage of push to pass, it will last longer for Maxim Dacher. But the inside for the chicane, there's side-by-side contact. Door banging, mirrors are banging. But Lucas Stiefelhagen sends it up the inside of the chicane. Maxim Dacher breaks later and he makes the move. Stick around the outside. I said earlier, you're not going to make a pass around the outside of the chicane. Maxim Dacher said, hold my beer. Watch me make it stick around the outside, and he did. One final chance though for Lucas Stiefelhagen is the exit of the final corner. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Who's going to get it? Lucas Stiefelhagen at the moment ahead of Maxim Dacher, and he gets it. He continues his winning streak. 5 races in a row, and this for sure was the most difficult of them all. Maxim Dacher finishes second to Lucas Stiefelhagen, who hasn't led a single lap of this race except the last one. You can see what it means. All the effort that he's put in the last 3 years to make the transition from rallycross to road racing have finally paid off. It was a long time to come, and he's finally gotten it. Maxim Dacher will feel hard done by. It will hurt, it will sting, but he can be happy with the race he drove. It's Alex Gustafsson with an incredible race, was smart, and got the podium that he so deserved. Second place, then it will sting. It won't be the second place he wanted, but Maxim Dacher can still be happy with his second place, moves to second place in the championship as well. And then, well, who can beat him? At the moment, it's nobody. Lucas Stiefelhagen puts himself once again on the top step of the podium. When, oh when, will this streak end, and who can stop Lucas Stiefelhagen?
Der Pokal für unseren Zweitplatzierten Maxim Dacher. Und der Pokal.
Lucas Stiefelhagen hat gerade gesagt, er hat mit einem Hauch von nichts heute gewonnen. Das heißt, es muss ja einen geben, der mit einem Hauch von nichts Zweiter wurde. Und hinter dem stehe ich gerade, Maxim Dacher. Ganz knappe Geschichte. Am Ende, ich weiß nicht, hatte das was auch mit dem Energiemanagement zu tun, was ihr bei euch in euren elektrischen Minis habt?
Ja, wir haben ja so einen Push-Pass-System, das nochmal 60 PS mehr gibt für 5 Sekunden. Und da habe ich in der letzten Kurve den Knopf vielleicht eine Sekunde zu spät getippt. Und ja, von daher, es war richtig knapp, also dann am Ende auf Platz 2 ins Ziel gefahren. War nicht wirklich glücklich damit, weil ich habe halt den Großteil von dem Rennen angeführt. Aber ja, am Ende sind es gute Punkte für die Meisterschaft.
Und vielleicht noch die zweite Frage anschließend, lieber Maxim. Es gibt ja genügend Leute, die sagen, elektrisch und Motorsport, das ist jetzt nicht so meine Welt. Aber was ich ganz klar sagen muss, ihr bietet unglaublich engen und hochkarätigen Motorsport. Macht sicherlich eine riesen Freude mit dem, oder?
Ja, auf jeden Fall. Also, ja, wie du schon gesagt hast, das Racing ist super. Wir haben alle sozusagen die gleichen Autos, dieselben Voraussetzungen. Und ja, von daher, das Racing ist einfach richtig.
Prima, vielen Dank, Maxim. Das soll euch einfach weiter so. Das macht immer unglaublich viel Spaß, euch zuzuschauen. Dann einen Schritt weiter.
geht's los. Aber wenn das rot blinkt, dann geht's da los, oder? Das ist gut. Ah, ich sehe sogar die Zeiten. Das ist 7 Sekunden, 8 Sekunden. Ja, der zweite Tag hier auf dem Nürburgring neigt sich jetzt auch langsam dem Ende zu. Vor uns war das zweite Rennen und ich bin von Platz 5 dann auf Platz 1 vorgefahren. Habe eine lange Zeit das Rennen angeführt, bis eigentlich zur letzten Kurve vom Rennen. Und ja, dort habe ich dann ein bisschen den Push-to-Pass-Knopf zu früh getippt und dadurch hat er nicht richtig reagiert und dann musste ich den nochmal tippen und dann war ich halt eine Sekunde zu spät dabei und deswegen habe ich das Rennen um, weiß nicht, einen Meter oder so verloren. Also es war richtig, richtig knapp und ich war am Ende auch ziemlich sauer. Aber ja, es gehört halt dazu, daraus lerne ich. Und ja, morgen ist dann nochmal ein Tag, nochmal ein Rennen und dann auch nochmal eine Chance zu zeigen, was ich kann. Und da freue ich mich einfach richtig doll drauf.
Afternoon and good evening from wherever you may be in the world, and welcome back to the Nürburgring. It's Sunday and it's race day again. Race number 3 for the NXT Gen Cup is on the agenda, and it was right behind this man, Maxim Dacha, who lost out by 39 thousandths of a second in the race yesterday. Let's first focus on race number 3 in the last race of the weekend for NXT Gen Cup. The 5 red lights are on, they're out, we're underway and racing. It's a good start from our championship leader and pole sitter Lucas Stiefelhagen. Immediately covers off the inside like he did yesterday as well. Leaves a little gap open, but Alex Gustafsson does not want to go for that pass quite yet. Philip Dietrich sending round the outside. Starting from P4 around the outside of Maxim Dacha, who's dropping back down the order starting from P3. The outside for Lennart Wolf as well. He'll be looking to climb from P5 to P3 at the start here, but can't quite continue his search through the field. Philip Dietrich up into the podium now. Alex Gustafsson and Lucas Stiefelhagen will be looking to work together and try to run away after his maiden podium yesterday. He now knows the taste of that champagne and he would love some more of it. Alex Gustafsson is Lennart Wolf going to go for a move. He's for sure going to have a look around the outside of Philip Dietrich, but around the chicane, if you don't have a significant overlap going into it, it's difficult to make the pass on the outside. Philip Dietrich though caught out by the exit speed out of the chicane by Lennart Wolf, and Lennart Wolf up the inside of the last corner, and he is now up onto the podium. Patricia also wants a bit of it. She also wants to get past Philip Dietrich. Philip Dietrich though manages to cover off the inside. They're hogging the pit wall. That's how badly they don't want drivers to get past on the inside. They know how important the inside is for turn number 1. Philip Dietrich, like he did at the start though, does not care about that. It's going to send it all the way around the outside. Lennart Wolf is also going to go off, and they're both going to lose positions. The outside now for Maxim Dacha to get back onto the podium. And he make it stick around the outside of Lennart Wolf in the Hexis car. Nah, not quite yet. Lennart Wolf will try to hang on to that position around the outside of 4, and he does manage to do so. Patricia Stelizan is still in 5th. To get back onto the start-finish straight, Lucas Stiefelhagen will be looking in his mirrors, but he'll also know that Alex Gustafsson will not want to fight at this stage in the race. Maxim Dacha up the inside, locks up the rear tires, but he has the inside for turn 1. Has significant overlap. Will he be able to carry it round the outside of turn 2? No, he won't. Lennart Wolf professionally gets back up the inside, but Maxim Dacha with the cutback that's so strong coming out of 2 into 3 now once again, locking the rear tire. Lennart Wolf has the inside for turn 4. We're going to be side by side on the exit of it. Maxim Dacha set his best lap on the last lap of the race. Same is for Lennart Wolf. But it's the outside for the Kurzanbindung, turn 5. The inside very much the favorable line through there, and you see that on the exit of it as well. Maxim Dacha not quite able to get past. Stellar defense by Lennart Wolf to keep his podium position. But all this is doing It's allowing Lucas Stiefhagen and Alex Gustafsson to run even further away. Their gap came down by 3/10 last lap, but it'll go up by even more this time round. This time though, Maxim Dacha has managed to get past Lennart Wolf, it looks like. Yes, he has. Still some overlap there though. The inside for the chicane is a strong place to be. Does he want to carry it around the outside? Does he want to take the risk? Of course, Maxim Dacha takes the risk, but Alexander also is trying to follow through. It's door banging through the chicane. Philip Dietrich will look to cut back on both of them. There's contact between Maxim or Lennart Wolf and Patrice Stalizzane, and Philip Dietrich takes advantage of that. P5 now for Patricia as these two go at it. Told you, Philip Dietrich looks quick in this race, and up the inside of Maxim Dacha he goes. Lennart Wolf now has Benjamin Mazadas to deal with. He then has to deal with Pit Finanzi. There's contact coming out of turn 4. They luckily managed to skip the bollards that Philip Dietrich took out yesterday in the race. Final lap board is out. We're looking at the battle behind. This is the battle for the lead. To the outside goes Alex Gustafsson. Can he try and push Lucas Stiefhagen maybe into a mistake? Forces him to take a little bit of a later breaking point than normal. Lucas Stiefhagen will cover off the inside. This is something that Maxim Dacha did yesterday as well. But it looks like Alex Gustafsson is too far back. He'll get a second place, but Lucas Stiefhagen wins race number 3 at the Nürburgring and completes a Grand Slam. Something never done before in the NXT Gen Cup. Fastest in every single session this weekend. As we have a 3-wide moment for P5, Patrice Stalizzane, Lennart Wolf and Pit Finanzi.
Ja, das letzte Rennen vom Wochenende ist auch vorbei. Es war wieder ein bisschen unglücklich, also ich bin von 3 gestartet. Aber erstmal in die erste Kurve rein, irgendwie viel zu vorsichtig gebremst, habe dann erstmal Position verloren. Bin dann wieder ein bisschen vorgefahren auf Platz 3, konnte mich da aber nicht ganz so lang halten. Ich hatte das ganze Rennen über nicht so wirklich Vertrauen in die Bremse. Ich hatte auch ziemliche Lockups manchmal. Und ja, war da einfach nicht ganz so zufrieden, aber am Ende war jetzt Platz 4, habe alles noch gegeben, um irgendwie aufs Podium zu kommen. Sogar über die Wiese bin ich gefahren, habe wirklich alles versucht, aber es sollte am Ende halt nicht sein. War jetzt trotzdem gute Punkte für die Meisterschaft, bin jetzt am Ende gerade Platz 2 insgesamt. Und jetzt ist noch ein Rennwochenende auf dem Sachsenring, das ist ja meine Heimstrecke. Bin zwar noch nie dort ein Rennen gefahren, aber ich war ja letztes Jahr da testen schon. Und ja, von daher freue ich mich da richtig drauf. Und ja, der Vlog wäre damit jetzt auch hier beendet. Vielen Dank fürs Zusehen und wir sehen uns im nächsten Video.